Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I apologize if my voice is a little off this week. I have some sort of allergy thing going on right now, so I'm a little stuffy and a little scratchy and a little ugh. Springtime though, I'll take it for the sunshine. So this is your Oracle card and Crystal card reading for the week of June 10th through June 16th. We will start with the Crystal card as usual, and I'm going to use Crystal card deck number 5. These are always available at healingcrystals.com. And let's just get started and see what comes out for the energy of this week. And again, this is June 10th through the 16th, 2018. That was quick. So this is a rather unusual one, and if you've watched my readings before, you know a little bit about these crystal cards. There are decks 1 through 6, and the crystals in the decks get progressively more unusual or more rare. So by the time you get to deck 5, they're not really crystals that most people are just going to have in a collection sitting around. They may be if you're a serious collector, but a lot of times they're not. So feel free to either just work with the energy of this crystal through this reading, just tune into it while you're watching the video. You'll absorb the energy that way through your intention. You can also look up photos of the crystal online and just work through with the energy that way. You can purchase the card decks, which is kind of a good idea, and part of the reason that we created these at Healing Crystals, because each one contains over, I think it's 40 cards, 42 cards per deck. So you have a way, especially if you don't have much space or you don't have a ton of money to spend on crystals, you can work with the energy of all these crystals if you just have the deck. So it's kind of a nice thing to have. 6 decks takes up this much space, and you have the ability to work with all of the energy of those crystals. So, without any further ado, the card that popped out is Manganese with Sugilite. That's what launched me into this. This is, not a super common crystal. Many of you won't have this, so feel free to just work with it through the energy of this reading or a photo online. So you'll see manganese is the black sort of matrix, and sugilite is the really bright purple crystal that is the inclusion part of this combination. So it's going to be a heart and crown chakra combination, and it's going to represent cooperation, spirituality, and creativity. Sugilite is an amazing crystal that has a lot of sort of connection and energy connected to Archangel Michael. So it's a great crystal to use if you like to try to facilitate angelic communication, especially communication with Archangel Michael. And the mantra you can work with this week is, I am spiritually connected to those around me. So maybe those that aren't in physical bodies anymore, maybe those who have passed on, you may feel a stronger connection to them this week, is the message I'm getting. I am spiritually connected to those around me. And with it being a heart and a crown chakra crystal, just one other thing to consider is that with the spiritual connection, spiritual communication, be aware of things coming through the heart chakra or spiritual information coming through the crown chakra this week. I just feel like there's going to be a lot more sort of spiritual communication or communication either with, mainly with those who have passed on, crossed over. So just sort of be aware of signs, smells, things like that this week. Dreams. Might be a good time to sleep with a little, a pen and paper, or if you use like a notes app on your phone, keep that handy on your night table. We always think we're going to remember dreams, but they fade very quickly once we fully wake up. So it's always good to write down details of a dream that you find interesting. Okay, so two cards popped out. One kind of popped out the bottom first, and then the one that I felt compelled to take from the top. So the first one that came out is Open Your Heart, and it's Archangel Chamuel. And it says, "Thank you, Shamuel, for removing the barriers around my heart," which ties very closely to this being a heart chakra crystal and the sort of message or feeling I was getting about being spiritually connected to those around you. I'm just feeling a really strong message that people are going to be receiving a lot of communication this week. So open your heart. Thank you, Shamuel, for removing the barriers around my heart. And this is really actually a nice visual. If you just want to concentrate on your heart chakra and filling it with white light, that will help open that energy center and make you more receptive to that spiritual communication. The second one that popped out kind of gave me chills when it came out because it's Loved One in Heaven. And it's "Thank you, loved ones in heaven, for drawing close at this time." So, this also ties very closely to the message, "I am spiritually connected to those around me." But I'm getting a really strong message that we need to be very aware of and very open to messages and signs this week. That some of us are going to be getting very clear messages and signs and dreams this week. So I do have to mention, this is for the time period of the 10th through the 16th of June. My own father passed away last year, June 13th. So this may be a little more of a message for me coming for this time period than I had anticipated. But I also know, it's a message for many of us out there who have loved ones in spirit, people who have crossed over, people who are sort of at the end of their time period here on earth. They start communicating more through their higher self because they're going to be called over to that realm soon. So, you may start getting messages that you feel are not so much connected to that person. Maybe they're not verbal anymore. Maybe they have Alzheimer's and they don't recognize you anymore. Be aware of any dreams, signs, or symbols you get because it can be their higher self communicating with you as well, sort of as a means of comforting you when you're no longer able to communicate like you used to. So that is our reading for this week, our energy for this week, and I hope it brings you some comfort. I hope everyone has a good week, and I will talk to you again soon.